RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Andy's Auto Body, tire and auto service and sales. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Auto Centers Nissan, home of the Wiggity Way. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Liberty Bank, bank locally, bank Liberty. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, clean, shine, and protect. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. Ruderman Plumbing, your locally owned plumbing superheroes.
Marquette will receive the kick. The Explorers were 7-3 last year. Starting his second season as Explorer head coach is Matt Booker, and his fourth season for CM Justin Winslow. And the Eagles last year were 3-6. Both of these squads young, and the Explorers will receive the opening kickoff, and it's going to be Harvey Howell taking it on one bounce at the 6. To the middle he goes, now tries to cut it to the right side, doesn't get to the 15 before he's slammed down, and the Explorer offense will start 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, the Eagles had real good coverage on that kickoff, Sam. Dylan Sutton looks like he was finally the one who brought down Howell, but there was 3 or 4 Eagles there ready to tackle him at about the 15.
And the Explorers come out right away. Howell to the right. It's Danny Holtz wide left. And they shift into a wing to the right side. The quarterback is Trey Aguirre, a junior. His first start as a varsity quarterback, and they snap it to the up back, the fullback, and he crosses the 20 and takes it out to about that 23-yard line. On the carry for the Explorers was number 20, Brock Terry, and a direct snap to the fullback. Did I see that right?
Yes, you did. The quarterback went through with the fake to the man in motion, and it looked like the Eagles were concentrating on that. And the offensive line and the fullback just pushed forward for a good gain of 8 yards.
2nd and 2 for Marquette from their own 23-yard line. They're taking a long time in the huddle, but there is a play clock here at Hauser Field, and it's down to 10 as the Explorers come set at the line of scrimmage. Aguirre in the shotgun with a fullback in front of him, a halfback to his left, a wing to the right. Again, they give it to the fullback on the direct snap, and he has first down yardage. Brock Terry out across the 25 to the 27-yard line, a gain of 4, and the first down of the night, the first down of the season for Marquette.
They didn't have as much success with that play, Sam. They didn't have time to run as much shifting in the backfield before the snap of the ball, but defensively, the Eagles were ready for that play that time.
We didn't have time to go over the starting lineups, but for the Explorers, Sam Stem, the center. The guards are Riley Bamper and Sam Dooley. And the tackles, Marshall Youngblood and James King. 1st and 10, Marquette from their own 27. Again, the direct snap to the fullback, and Brock Terry pounds his way out to the 30-yard line. And a gain of almost 3 on that carry. We'll call it a gain of 2, and 3 straight direct snaps to the fullback. Coach Rogers, if he's listening at home, and I'll bet he is, he's got to like this.
Yeah, he does. I'm sure he does. Those are pretty safe plays. There's not even a handoff going on there, Sam. It's just a direct snap right to him, and he's only about 2 yards behind the line when he catches it.
Establish that fullback is what he always said. 2nd and 8 for the Explorers, just shy of their own 30-yard line. Trey Aguirre in the shotgun, low snap, takes it, keeps it himself, running out to the right side, crosses the 30, tries to turn that right corner and keeps those legs pumping all the way out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry for Trey Aguirre, the first time he has touched the ball, and it's going to bring him about 3rd and almost 4 for the Explorers.
Yeah, the snap was a little low. He had trouble catching it. It was right around his ankles. But once he got to read the blocking scheme, he was able to get outside and pick up decent yardage.
So the first 3rd down opportunity of the evening belongs to the Explorers, and the Eagles hoping to get a stop here and get their hands on the football for the first time in 2014. 3rd and 4 for Marquette, just shy of their own 34-yard line. Receivers left and right, a wing to the left. The snap back to Aguirre, and right up the middle he goes, and he has first down yardage by about the length of the football.
That was really actually a good play by Aguirre. He got the ball, got down low, and just hit the line as fast as he could, Sam, before the Eagles' defensive line was able to react. And just because of that push by the Explorers, he was able to fall forward and get the first down.
Well, this drive now features 2 first downs for Marquette. It started at their own 14-yard line. And following the game, we'll name the QualityGMCars.com drive of the game. Might this be it? You never know. 1st and 10, Marquette from their own 38. A pair of receivers to each side of the field, and Aguirre will throw for the first time. He has Harvey Howell out near midfield. Howell fights for a first down and gets to midfield. A gain of 12 on that completion from Trey Aguirre to Harvey Howell.
The Explorers really spread the field that time. Looked like they had 4 receivers, 3 on the left and 2 on the right. Actually, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And he faked to the right, to the left first, turned back to the right, and Howell is a big target, was open along the sidelines and picked up the first down after he caught the ball.
Call it a gain of 13 to the 49 of the Eagles. The 3rd first down of this drive for Marquette. 1st and 10 at the Civic Memorial 49-yard line. We're about nearly 4 minutes into the first quarter. Here is the direct snap to the fullback Terry, and Brock Terry in a scrum down there keeps the legs churning and picks up 3 down to the 46 of the Eagles.
Well, that was a little tougher sledding that time for Terry as he was going right up the gut. The Eagles were able to stop it. It was just a matter of how soon they were going to be able to get him to the ground, but they stopped his forward progress after a gain of about 3 yards.
You're in tune to WBGZ Alton, 7:01 on this Friday night, and the high school football season underway. Don't forget, Game 2 of our broadcast doubleheader tonight here on the Big Z features Pekin at Alton. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right on 2nd and 7 for Marquette. At the Eagle 46-yard line, Aguirre, 3-step drop, now scrambles out to his right. He's got some time and now just throws it away. He threw it all the way over on the track. And it looks like he takes coaching, because I'm sure the coaches have told him, hey, if it's not there, throw it away.
And he was outside the tackle boxes, so I'm assuming that that's not intentional grounding, because there was a receiver along the sidelines, but it was still 15 yards out of bounds when he threw it.
Well, somebody for CM shot right through that line and put immediate pressure on Aguirre, who had to scramble out to his right. Now they're counting. It looks like the referee's counting. Oh, they are going to call intentional grounding. And
oh, there's a flag. I see it now.
Yeah. So they call intentional grounding, so even though he threw it over the head of a receiver, he threw it way too far over his head, and it landed all the way over on the track. It went over the Explorer sideline, over the heads of all the players, and landed about midway across the track over near the bleachers on the far side. So that'll be a 10-yard walk-off, the first penalty of the night.
Well, actually, Sam, it looks like it's a 5-yard penalty from the point of the foul and a loss of down for the Explorers. So really, Aguirre would have been better off in that instance, either to throw it into the ground at the receiver's feet or just run, scramble, and get as much as he can, because that was a really expensive loss of yardage for the Explorers.
Well, I think he had the right idea. He just didn't execute it well.
Right.
If it had looked more like he was actually trying to complete the pass, they would have never called it. Trips to the left side. Now it's 3rd and 19 for the Explorers from their own 40-yard line. Aguirre in the shotgun. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right, and now a procedure penalty against the Explorers as one of the wideouts on the left side jumped, and that was Liam Maher, a sophomore wide receiver. A lot of sophomores in the starting lineup for the Explorers.
Well,
now 3rd and 24.
Explorers had a 1st and 10 at the CM 49-yard line. Now they're back at their own 35-yard line with a 3rd down and long.
Well, it's the old story. Penalties will kill you.
Yeah.
So they were facing 2nd and 6 and had 2 straight penalties, and now suddenly it's 3rd and 24. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right. Now the Eagles jump into the neutral zone, and they give that 5 right back.
You can tell it's first game of the season. Both teams are a little anxious right now. You know, young kids, they're excited to be out there, and they just got to settle down and play their games.
It started pretty crisply. We played the first 5 minutes or so penalty-free. And now we've tried 3 times to run a play to no success because the flags have stopped it each time. So the same formation for Marquette. It's 3rd and 19 from their own 40. Trips to the left. It's Danny Holtz over on the right. And Trey Aguirre in the shotgun. And he drops to throw, lets it go across the middle. He's got a man, and a good defensive play there for the Eagles. Breaking it up at the last possible moment was Brayton Williams, but there's a flag at that spot, and let's see what that's all about.
I tell you, Sam, if he calls him for pass interference, that's a ticky call because he played the ball the whole way. Holtz thought he had it in his arms, and he came in and just batted the ball away. I don't agree with that penalty at all.
I don't think Williams got his hand in there until
Holtz had already
Holtz had already touched the football,
yeah.
And now the officials are conferring, and it could be maybe they'll talk the guy that threw the flag out of it.
No, they're not going to. But the thing for the Eagles is that's not an automatic first down in high school football.
It's 15.
It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's still going to be 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Explorers. But I agree with you, Joe. That's a tough call. And I'm sure Justin Winslow's saying, hey, wait a minute, we're at home. We're not supposed to get those calls at home. It's going to be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Explorers at the 45 of the Eagles. And 4 straight penalties now. So the officials have established their presence. And on 3rd and 6, the Explorers put a pair of receivers to each side of the field. Brock Terry in the backfield with Trey Aguirre, who calls the signals, takes the snap, and drops to throw. Quick out to the right side. He's got his man. It's a first down for Marquette, down to the 35 of the Eagles. It was Danny Holtz making the reception, and a gain of 9 on the play down to the 36.
Pretty simple route, Sam. It's just a sideline button hook. He just ran down to the first down marker, went about 2 yards past it, turned around, and caught the pass.
Holtz, the senior receiver, and he's been an impact player for Marquette in the past. And they're looking for big things out of him this season. So the first down of this drive for Marquette, a drive that started at their own 14-yard line after they took the opening kick. Down to 6:45 and counting remaining in the first quarter. Now they run the option, and it's Aguirre down the right side. He's got first down yardage, still on his feet, all the way down to the 21-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 15 for Trey Aguirre, who carried out his fake and found an opening to the right side.
I'll tell you, Sam, he could have probably gone all the way, but there's a defensive back for the Eagles. It looked like it was Deontay Glass. I'm sorry. It was Brayton Williams that made the tackle. He was being blocked. Aguirre tried to go around him towards the sideline, and he made a nice play to shed the block and make the tackle. Probably saved the touchdown.
1st and 10 Marquette. They have 5 first downs on this drive. The line of scrimmage is the Eagle 21-yard line. They put a man in motion to the left side and the direct snap to the fullback, Brock Terry, and he finds a little bit of yardage right up the gut. He went off the right guard and took it inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 3.
Well, the Explorers started off with that play, and their gains have gone steadily downhill. That was a gain of 3, which is not bad. But the Eagles are at least keying on it before they go to something else right now.
Brock Terry, a gain of just 2 on that carry, we'll call it. As they spot the football at the 19, 2nd and 8. Terry, 5 carries for 19 yards. And Danny Holtz wide left, Harvey Howell wide right. The snap to the quarterback this time, Trey Aguirre, and he just runs it right up the gut and takes it down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 3, and it's going to bring about 3rd and 6. Well, we'll just call it 2 as they put it on the 17. 3rd and 6, Marquette.
I tell you that the offensive line, I mean, these aren't difficult plays to defense, but the offensive line of the Explorers are giving their running backs a little bit of room to get a good push downfield. They're getting positive yardage, but they're just not getting as much as they were earlier.
So 3rd and 6 Explorers. Trips to the left side. Harvey Howell, Liam Maher, and Jesse Simmons. Wide right is Danny Holtz, and they go for Holtz over the middle, and it hit him on the shoulder pad, and he couldn't bring it in. It was a bit behind him, and it hit him on his back shoulder pad. He had run an in, and he was open. And I suspect the Explorers will go on 4th and 6. Or will they try a field goal? I know Liam Maher has a nice leg, and they're going to try a field goal.
Yeah, they're bringing in different linemen here possibly for that attempt.
But that play, I think, was there. And Aguirre just didn't quite lead him enough. If he had hit him in the hands, it would have been a first down. But it hit him on that back shoulder pad. This is going to be a 35-yard attempt, but the Explorers want a timeout. It comes with 4:50 remaining in the first quarter. Marquette nothing, Civic Memorial nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number one. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
4th and 6. And the Explorers line it up. High snap, the spot, the kick. It's a low line drive, and it is wide to the left side. But there is a flag on the play, and if they hit the kicker, the Explorers are going to have a first down. Let's see. It is roughing the kicker. Well, let's see if it's a major penalty or a minor penalty. We'll watch for the walk-off, and that's going to be a huge break for Marquette because the Eagles were going to take over at their own 20-yard line. And now they walk it off. Just a 5-yard walk-off, and it's 4th and 1, Explorers at the 11 of the Eagles. Well, they put it at the 12. 4th and 1 at the 12, and that is a costly penalty, perhaps. The Eagles' third penalty for 25 yards.
Well, it was a bad snap from center. It was kind of a floating snap, and the defender was able to get in there too quick, but he didn't get the ball. He got Maher.
Now on 4th and 1, Aguirre in the shotgun. The fullback, who is taking direct snaps, in front of him to his left. On 4th and 1, back to Aguirre. They're going to throw. They've got Danny Holtz at the 5. It's a first down for the Explorers. No, that's
Harvey Howell.
That is no, that was Holtz. 22, Holtz at the 5. So a gain of 6 on that play, and that takes some guts, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm sure the Eagles were looking for the Marquette to run it up the middle. They've had success at that, and they just ran a quick in to Holtz, and he's a sure-handed receiver, Sam. He went down and caught it as he hit the ground.
The 6th first down of this drive, and boy, what a costly penalty against the Eagles on that field goal attempt, which would have been no good. 1st and goal at the 5, the direct snap to Terry, and Brock Terry, pounding his way forward, picks up only a yard down to the 4, and I think the Eagles are wise to that.
Well, they've got their goal line defense kind of in there now a little bit, Sam, and they're not going to let the Explorers run it up the middle on them to get the touchdown, that's for sure.
There is not a returning starter in the backfield for the Explorers or on the line. It's Danny Holtz and Harvey Howell, who saw some action but not as a starter last year, and Jesse Simmons.
Jesse Simmons got some time as a receiver, too.
Those three, otherwise it's all new guys. Trey Aguirre in the shotgun. And the snap to him, and he's going to keep it himself. He looks for some running room off to the left and gets a yard as that hole closed quickly, but there's a flag on the play, and this is probably going to be a hold against Marquette. It is.
He did not have much room to run on that, no. Sam. The Eagles had that play defensed well. The umpire, I guess, behind the defensive line threw that flag pretty early, signaled the holding. So
a 10-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul will move it back to just inside the 15-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and goal for Marquette from there. So after the first 4.5 minutes of this game were played penalty-free, since then we've had 6 of them, 3 for each team, as we're down to 3:23 and counting remaining in the first quarter. 2nd and goal, Marquette at the 15. Now they spread it. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Trey Aguirre in the shotgun. Gets a snap. Steps back. Now rolls to his right under pressure. He's going to take off running, finds some running room, and actually picks up some positive yardage inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line, a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from there.
The Eagles really had good pressure on that play. Aguirre really never had a chance to look downfield to catch a receiver, and he was just running for his life and was fortunate, I thought, to get back to the line of scrimmage and then to pick up an additional 1.5 yards. positive for Marquette on that play, but they were looking to get down close to the goal line with a pass. They'll have to probably try that again.
3rd down and goal. Explorers at the 13 of the Eagles. Holtz wide left, Howell wide right. Aguirre takes the snap, looking for Howell. He's got him inside the 5, right at the 5-yard line. A diving catch by Harvey Howell for a gain of 8, and it's 4th and goal from the 5. And what does Marquette want to do here? They're going to go for it. They keep the offense on the field.
Well, that was a pass that looked like it was a little low in behind Howell, and he really made a nice play to catch it. And, of course, he went down as soon as he caught it, but that was a good play for Marquette on that.
His second reception for a total of 21 yards. And Aguirre is now 4 for 6 for 36 yards, and the Explorers will go on 4th and 5. The snap to Aguirre, quick pass to the right side. He's got his man. It's a touchdown for Marquette. Touchdown Explorers. I believe it's Danny Holtz. It is indeed Danny Holtz on the quick hook, and a 5-yard touchdown pass from Trey Aguirre to Danny Holtz. Caps off the 86-yard touchdown drive by the Explorers to start the season.
It was an adventure, Sam. It went forwards, it went backwards, it went forwards. Missed a field goal with a penalty. Another first down. It was an experience.
Holtz, 3 receptions for 20 yards and a touchdown. Now the extra point attempt off the hold, off the toe of Liam Maher is good. And with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter in the renewal of this Riverbend rivalry, it's Marquette 7, Civic Memorial nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
And now Liam Maher will tee the ball. Well, for some reason they've walked. Are they walking yardage off against Marquette? Or no, they just haven't put the football down. And back deep for the Eagles, John Whitworth along with Zach Clockey. And the Eagles, with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter, will touch the football for the first time as Marquette burns some clock. 10 minutes and 23 seconds on that drive. Liam Maher, a high end-over-end kick, and the Eagle up man fields it at his own 21. And did he fall down or did he intentionally go down?
He went down on his own. David Lane was the one who received it, and he just decided to just go down as, it was Brendan Ricci, and he just decided to go down as soon as he caught it. He had running room, but I guess the coaches said if you don't get it to the player we want to run it, go down.
Well, the Explorers burned 10 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock on that touchdown drive. They lead it 7-0, and now the Eagle offense on the field for the first time. Junior quarterback Adam Hill runs things. They send 4 receivers to the right side, another wide left, and Hill hands it off, and a nice run out across the 30 to the 32-yard line, Zach Clockey. And the Eagles will go without a huddle. First down, Civic Memorial on a 12-yard pickup, an 11-yard pickup, out to the 32-yard line. Hill takes a low snap, drops to throw, lets it go over the middle. He's got his man in midfield, and this might be a touchdown all the way. It's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles on his way to the end zone. Caleb Booz, touchdown, Civic Memorial, 68 yards on that completion from Hill to Booz. And while the Explorers grind it out, CM strikes quickly.
I tell you, it looked like the Explorers actually tipped that pass, and Booz made a nice play to catch it. And once he was behind the entire Marquette defense. It was only about a 12-yard pass, but he was behind everybody, and they couldn't catch him. Harvey Howell had a shot initially, but didn't grab him, and Booz just ran away.
Well, it took the Eagles only 26 seconds to score on that drive. And that turned into a 79-yard touchdown drive. in 26 seconds. Now the extra point attempt to snap the spot to kick up high, long, and good. And we are tied that off the toe of number 44, Devin Daniels. 1:11 remaining here in the first quarter. The score now, Marquette 7, Civic Memorial 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
In the market for a new Nissan? Go no further than Auto Center's Nissan in Wood River, the #1 volume Nissan dealer in the Midwest. Auto Center's always has a huge selection, and every new Nissan is backed by Auto Center's exclusive low price guarantee, 30-day return, and lifetime powertrain warranty. Auto Center's also has a gigantic pre-owned inventory, and regardless of any credit problems, Auto Center's will get you approved. So be wiggity wise and hurry into Auto Center's Nissan. Highway 255 and 143 in Wood River, Illinois. AutoCentersNissan.com.
Sam Stem fields it at his own 42 for the Explorers, and Marquette will start 1st and 10 right there.
Nice hands. It looks like they've made a rule on the kickoff, Sam, that the players on the kickoff team have to be within the 5 yards of the tee. They can't be on the line like the 35-yard line if they're kicking off at the 40. So that's what the referees were doing earlier when the Explorers were kicking off. They have to be inside that 5 yard. I guess that's to prevent injury.
Following the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game, so stay tuned for that. And it looks like we might have a good one here tonight. 1st and 10 Marquette from their own 42-yard line as they begin their second possession. And here is Aguirre faking a handoff, now trying to run out to the right side, and he is hammered to the turf for a loss of a yard for the Eagles. That was Michael May, and what a hit.
Yeah, it was. And the Explorers tried something a little different. They had a little motion in the backfield and a misdirection play, but the Eagles just stayed at home. There wasn't much room for Aguirre to run, and May just really stuck him.
Down to 40 seconds and counting remaining here in the first quarter. Sam Stem along with Joe Barrett from Hauser Field in Bethalto. 7-7 the score, late first quarter. Marquette with a pair of receivers to each side of the field. Brock Terry in the backfield next to quarterback Trey Aguirre, who takes a snap. Two-step drop. He launches it deep down the left side, and Holtz goes up and tries to bring it down, but he was about 3 yards out of bounds as that one sailed a little bit, and maybe the wind got it because he lofted it high. There is a little breeze, but it's hard to tell its direction because the flag's kind of wrapped around the flagpole.
And it's electronic, too. Like you said, Sam, I think he just has to throw the ball up to where Holtz can make a play on it, because I think he's athletic enough to outduel a lot of the players around the area.
Now with 17 seconds remaining in the quarter, it's 3rd and 11 Marquette from their own 41. Trips to the right. Holtz, the lone receiver, to the left. Aguirre rolls to his right. They flood that zone over there. He lets it go downfield, incomplete. There was nobody in the area, and he just threw it away as he was running out of room, running towards the sideline. And Marquette will be in a punting situation for the first time tonight.
Yeah, the Eagles had that play well defensed. Nothing for Aguirre to do but throw it away.
So Civic Memorial sends their punt return team onto the field, and they put 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. They may be coming here. Back deep to receive is Whitworth for Civic Memorial, John Whitworth. And for the Explorers, Liam Maher stands at his own 28 awaiting the snap. And now timeout is called, and Coach Matt Booker didn't like something he saw, so he used the Explorers' second timeout. It comes with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score, Marquette 7, Civic Memorial 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
It's the final play of the game. Down by 4, Andes will need to score to win it. The quarterback lines up, ball is snapped. It's a handoff. He breaks outside of the tackle. He's got daylight. He could go all the way. Touchdown! Andes wins.
You too can score a touchdown at Andy's Auto Sales.
Check out the all-star lineup at Andy's Auto Sales today.
The right way, like Roberts Motors does. If you're in the market for visit Roberts Motors in Albany.
at the 35. It's going to be first down for the Eagles.
Liam Maher got a good snap, got the kick away under heavy pressure. And Whitworth for the Eagles makes a fair catch at his own 35-yard line. And Civic Memorial begins its second possession right there with just 4.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. This game is tied at 7. Joe Barrett alongside. My name is Sam Stem, and high school football is back here on the Big Z and all around the region. It's a great time of year, isn't it? Trips to the left, another receiver to the right, and back to throw. Hill swings it out to the right side, and it's a quick screen out there, a wide receiver screen, and lots of running room and a big gainer on that play, as making the reception was Zach Clockey. He took it from his own 35 all the way down to the Marquette 33-yard line, a gain of 32 on that completion.
Well, it was a good play by the Eagles. They faked a little play to the left and threw it back to the running back, Clockey, and he had a lot of running room and a couple blockers downfield and made a nice gain out of it all the way down to the Explorer 33.
And with that, we've reached the end of the first quarter. The score, Civic Memorial 7, Marquette 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Set, hit.
Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection?
Danny, hold.
Put me in, coach. I can offer protection.
Set, hit.
Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
First and 10 CM at the Marquette 33-yard line. On the first play of the second quarter, Hill, a pass over the middle. He's got his man. It's another touchdown for the Eagles. Making the reception that time, Brett Lane. And a 33-yard touchdown pass from Hill to Lane. And the Eagles have the lead.
That was a nice pass and an even better reception as Lane had to stretch out and catch it with his fingertips. And once he caught it, you knew he was going to go in the end zone because he had to step on the Explorer defensive back. It was an easy touchdown for the Eagles.
Adam Hill, a junior quarterback, getting his first start here. 4 for 4, 144 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Sam Bradford-like.
That's a pretty good start, and he's still walking. Hill is.
Yeah.
The extra point off the toe of Devin Daniels is good. And with 11:51 remaining in the second quarter, the score now, Civic Memorial 14, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things. But with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MegaBank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Of clock time, playing time, we've seen 3 touchdowns scored. We went to first 10 minutes and 23 seconds with no scoring. And then after the Explorers took a 7-0 lead, the Eagles have shown quick strike capability. And they lead Marquette 14-7. Back deep for the Explorers, Danny Holtz and Harvey Howell. As Devin Daniels will kick it away and lofts a short one. It bounds around and finally covered by the Explorers at about their own 30-yard line. And Marquette's offense will take over right there, 1st and 10.
Well, apparently the Eagles don't want to kick it deep to Howell or Holtz.
That's probably a good idea.
I would think so. Plus they have the opportunity, if the up front men mishandle it like the Explorers did on that, they have the opportunity of falling on it for their own turnover.
So the Explorers start at their own 31 on this, their 3rd possession. The first drive was 86 yards and a touchdown. The second drive stalled and they had to punt it away. And the Eagles, with 2 possessions in this game, have scored 2 touchdowns. Trips to the right for the Explorers, another receiver wide to the left. Trey Aguirre, the junior quarterback, takes the snap. 2-step drop, quick pass over the middle. He's got Danny Holtz at midfield down to the 49 of the Eagles. A 20-yard completion from Aguirre to Holtz.
And it was a nice pass. That time the Explorers gave Aguirre time to let the pocket form and the route be run by Holtz. Holtz made a nice cut to the open area, and Aguirre hit him with a nice pass.
Aguirre has completed 6 of 10 for 61 yards and a touchdown. 4 of those completions have gone to Danny Holtz for a total of 40 yards, and I think we're going to see more of him before this night's over. We might see a lot of him. A pair of receivers each side of the field. The Explorers run the option to the right side, pitch it back to Brock Terry. Terry hit at the line of scrimmage and can go nowhere. It looked like he might have some running room out there, but the defense closed quickly. No gain on the play.
Well, initially it looked like he did, Sam, but he was too deep when he received the pitch from, in my opinion, from Aguirre, and he had too much ground to make up just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was about 7 yards off the line when he caught the pass, when he caught the lateral, and it was just too much time for the Eagles to react to him.
Howell, Maher, and Simmons wide left. Harvey Holtz wide right. And here is Aguirre keeping it himself after faking the handoff, and he is hammered. A high hit, and a flag is thrown as well. Aguirre pops right back up, but a nice gainer on the play, a gain of 7 down to the 42 of the Eagles. And I don't know if this was a hold out in front of him. It was, holding against the Explorers. And so that'll be costly. They'll walk off 10 yards from the spot of the foul and basically rerun second down. Instead of 2nd and 9, it's going to be like 2nd and 10 or 11.
I tell you, on the line that time, Sam, Riley Bamper made a really nice block on the end that sprung Aguirre to get the potential for a big gain. It was just, I believe, downfield may have been Danny Holtz that got the penalty for the block in the back.
So they march it back to the Explorer 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 13 from there. The Explorers now with 4 penalties for 30 yards. So 2 of the 4 penalties have been major penalties. We've yet to see a turnover in this game. On 2nd and 13 with trips to the left, Holtz to the right. The snap comes early. Aguirre was not expecting it and did a great job to catch it, but then they blow the whistles and they call procedure against Marquette. I'm not sure. I guess somebody must have moved in the line. Maybe that's what caused the center to snap it.
I never saw any movement. I was watching the receiver on this end.
It's not a penalty to snap the ball early.
No, it's not.
Unless apparently maybe somebody wasn't set.
That's possible. He had to be set a second before the snap. But that, the penalties are starting to hurt the Explorers. They're putting themselves in a tough situation here. 2nd and very long.
2nd and 18 for Marquette from their own 43-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, another to the right. The ball on the right hash, and here is Aguirre keeping it himself. He faked a handoff to Terry and scampers out to the 49-yard line. Trey Aguirre, a gain of 6 on that carry, brings about still 3rd and 12.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot more on this play to be able to keep the ball away from the Eagles. I got a feeling that this Eagles team's got an explosive offense, Sam, as we've seen the first 2 times they've had it. Explorers would be well to keep the ball in their possession for as long as possible.
Aguirre, 7 carries for 32 yards. He's the game's leading rusher. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Aguirre in the shotgun, takes a quick snap, lets it go deep down the right sideline, intended for Harvey Howell, and a nice defensive play for the Eagles by Brayton Williams.
Yeah, he broke that up. Howell really didn't go after the ball. He was hoping it would get over Williams' head, so he was just going to continue on down the field, but Williams was able to reach his hand up and knock it down.
And if he hadn't batted it down, it probably would have fallen into Howell's arms for a long touchdown.
Right.
Michael May, Dylan Sutton, Zach Williams, Donnie Maselli, Nathan Piercy, and Brandon Deckard.
So now Liam Maher in punt formation for Marquette, standing at his own 37-yard line. Whitworth back deep to receive for the Eagles. He stands inside his own 20. Maher under heavy pressure gets the kick away, and Whitworth will return from his own 17. Out across the 25 to the 30, down the left sideline he goes. Breaks the tackle across midfield and down to the Marquette 47-yard line. And a nice return by John Whitworth.
The Explorers had the first man down the field had a shot at him and just whiffed on the tackle, and Whitworth made a nice move and was able to get downfield for big yardage on the punt return. He got the +2 on that one for the Eagles as the Explorers kicked it from their own 49. Now the ball's on their own 47. So loss of 2 yards on that play for Marquette.
And on the first down play for the Eagles at the Marquette 47-yard line, here is the handoff, and with the carry, Zach Clockey, big yardage to the right side. He finds the right sideline. He's on his way down inside the 20, down near the 15-yard line. And a gain of 32 on that carry for Zach Clockey.
Yeah, that was the Eagles, of course, they spread the offense with wide receivers and hand the ball to Clockey, and he finds a seam, and he's got some good moves as he's running downfield.
1st and 10 Eagles at the Marquette 15. CM leads at 14-7. Here's Clockey again to the right sideline inside the 5, and he steps out of bounds. If he hadn't stepped on that far sideline, he was going to be in for a touchdown. They say he stepped out at about the 6, and it's going to be 2nd and 1. A gain of 9 for Clockey.
Same play they ran the play before, Sam. The Explorers just too much space in the defensive line and defensive backfield.
Well, the Eagles have not had any trouble at all navigating this offense. Here is the give to Clockey. Once again, same play. Trying to work to the right side, and this time he's thrown down, but he's going to have first down yardage down at the 4, a gain of 2 on that carry, but the 6th first down of the night for the Eagles.
Well, it was better defense by the Explorers, but on a play like that, all they have to do is fake that handoff, and they'll have a receiver open because the defensive backs came up a little quicker on that play.
1st and goal Eagles. They already lead by 7. From the spread formation, Adam Hill takes the snap, hands it this time, and they go to the left side, and the running back is hit in the backfield and brought down for a loss. That was Whitworth. Eventually making the tackle was Danny Holtz. I don't know who got the first hit on the running back for Marquette. Might have been Brian Nagy, number 81. But a loss of 2 on that carry for Whitworth.
Well, they tried the left side. That's the first time they've run left. Most of their other runs have been to the right. And Clockey had come out.
2nd and 2 at the 6. Whitworth stays in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right side, the wide side of the field. And now Justin Winslow, head coach of the Eagles, says we better talk this over. 7:31 remaining in the first half. The score, Civic Memorial 14, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
On 2nd and goal for the Eagles at the Marquette 6, they fake a handoff, and Adam Hill takes it right up the gut and pounds his way down to the 1-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal right there for the Eagles. Hill, the quarterback, faked a handoff out to the right side and picked up 5 right up the middle.
And Hill has come out, and wholesale changes for the Eagles. They're going to power formation with Clockey at quarterback.
Clockey will take the snap, and right up the middle he goes, off tackle right, and he's in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Zach Clockey, and the Eagles lead by 2 touchdowns. And another impressive drive by Civic Memorial.
Yes, it was. I mean, they've got positive yardage on almost every play but one. And that offense is very diversified, Sam. They can run it and they can throw it.
Well, that possession was set up by the long punt return by Whitworth. And And now Devin Daniels will attempt to add the 21st point for the Eagles. The snap to spot the kick up high, long, and it's good. 6:56 remaining in the second quarter. The score now, Civic Memorial 21, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
With Joe Barrett, Sam Stem back at Hauser Field in Bethalto, where the Civic Memorial Eagles, who trailed 7-0 early on, have scored 3 straight touchdowns, 21 points unanswered, and now Devin Daniels will kick it away. Another high short kick, and this one taken by one of the Explorer up men and returned still on his feet out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. For Marquette goes number 20, Brock Terry. And the Explorers will start with very good field position from their own 46-yard line. And now Marquette needs to find a way to make something happen here. And the way I think they're going to have to do it is to avoid penalties.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. I mean, the last drive, they had good positive yardage on the plays that they did run, but they also had penalties that nullified some of their field position. They ended up 3rd and long and couldn't convert.
On that last drive, the Eagles did most of it on the ground with Zach Clockey after putting together 2 previous scoring drives, mainly through the airways. 1st and 10 for the Explorers. Here's the give to Brock Terry, working off tackle left. And the Explorer fullback gains maybe a yard out to the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9, Marquette.
Well, that was just a
Terry on the carry.
A handoff to the left side of the offensive line, and the Eagles were ready for that. There was not much push from the offensive line of the Explorers, and Terry did not have any running room at all.
2nd and 9, Marquette from their own 48. Nearly midway through the second quarter, the Eagles lead the Explorers 21-7 in this renewal of what used to be a really heated Riverbend rivalry. Trey Aguirre takes the snap now, whistles and flags. And let's see what the indication is here.
Procedure against Marquette.
Another procedure call against the Explorers. Their 6th penalty here in the quarter and a half.
And 3 of them have been procedure penalties.
So now 2nd and 14, Marquette from their own 44. The last time these teams played was 1992. The Eagles won the last one, 29-26.
Well, the Explorers are going to have to score into the 20s if they want to win this one, Sam, that's for sure. Probably the 40s.
Receivers left and right. Trips to the left side for Marquette. And Aguirre, 2-step drop, quick pass out to the left side, and that was low. Was it scooped up by Danny Holtz or not?
Yes, it was.
A gain of a yard.
Holtz on the catch.
Well, they got the 5-yard penalty back there.
Going to bring up a 3rd.
Oh, they got 6, yeah. A gain of 5 on that reception. That was Holtz's 5th reception. And now it's 3rd and nearly 10 for Marquette. Just shy of their own 49-yard line. Down to 5 minutes and counting remaining here in the second quarter. CM leads it 21-7. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Aguirre, 3-step drop. Now he rolls to his left under pressure, and he is hit and run out of bounds. And that'll be a loss on the play. A loss of about 5 or 6 yards. Call it a loss of 5. And it brings about another punting situation for Marquette.
The Eagles really had their rush on that time. Aguirre had no time once he received the snap. Could not allow the play to develop and was under pressure and had to run. and was caught before he could get upfield.
Whitworth back deep for the Eagles.
Whitworth back deep to receive. Maher gets a nice kick away, but the Explorer coverage is late in getting there. And Whitworth from his own 24 out across the 30, out to the 40, out to midfield, down the left sideline he goes. One man to beat, a flag is thrown, however. Whitworth is caught from behind inside the 15. Making the tackle there for the Explorers was the punter himself, Liam Maher, but it's going to come back as a flag was thrown into the pile, and they're going to pick the flag up and move it even further back. That official was all the way down at about the Marquette 20-yard line, and he called a hold that occurred all the way back at the Eagle 42-yard line. Well, there was a flag back there as well, so more than one official saw it.
I was going to say it was a pretty obvious block. The Explorer had position to make the tackle and was hit from behind. I didn't see the flags come out initially, but Maher made a heck of a play to keep the Whitworth from getting the touchdown on the run, because he was being blocked, was the only man back, and actually had to come from behind to catch Whitworth. That was a really good effort by Maher, which he didn't really need to do in the end because of the penalty, but he didn't know that.
The fourth penalty of the night for the Eagles. Marquette has 6, and the Eagles, instead of starting at the Explorer 15, will start at their own 32 because of the penalty. Adam Hill in the shotgun, turns, hands it to Clocky. Right up the middle he goes. Clocky, lots of running room out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 8 on the carry.
Danny Holtz on the tackle, but really he had a big hole, and Holtz was the last man standing, and he was the first contact for Clocky, and he really made a nice run.
On the second down play, 2nd and 2, Hill back to throw, goes deep down the middle, and it was nearly intercepted by the Explorers. Danny Holtz back there, he had it hit him in the hands. You know what they say about defensive backs who can't catch the ball. If they could catch, they'd be receivers, but he is a receiver.
Well, I think
it was deflected.
Booz reached up and tipped it just enough because it moved on Holtz as he was trying to receive it, but he was playing the ball and not the receiver. If Booz would have been able to catch it, he would have easily had a touchdown.
That would have been our first turnover of the night. 3rd and 2 Eagles, and now they go with that bunched formation and snap it directly to Zach Clocky, and he has first down yardage out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry.
The Explorers on that, they're running to the right. The Explorers are just outmanned on their left side of their defensive line because they just don't have enough manpower over there to handle all the blockers, and they just pushed them back for a 5-yard gain.
For the Eagles, their 8th first down of the night, 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Hill back in there now. Takes the snap, 2-step drop, quick pass is completed out to the 45 of the Explorers, a gain of 9. Making the reception for Civic Memorial was Tim Clocky.
I tell you, the receivers are open, Sam, and Hill can just pick and choose who he wants to throw to right now.
2nd and 1 Eagles at the Marquette 45-yard line. Again from the spread formation. Hill takes the snap, a low one, 3-step drop, quick pass out the left side. He has his man, another completion. This one to Caleb Booz.
First down.
And a pickup of 10 on that one, and another CM first down.
And the Explorers are not getting any pressure on the quarterback at all. The Eagles' offensive line is doing an excellent job of keeping the Explorers from getting any pressure on.
1st and 10 Civic Memorial at the Marquette 35-yard line. From the spread formation. Hill in the shotgun, takes a snap now, whistles and flags, and this time maybe the Eagles jumped.
No, he looked like he's pointing towards Marquette. Offside. I didn't see any.
Somebody from Marquette got into that neutral zone.
Yeah, I didn't see any movement on either line, so that was.
The Explorers' 7th penalty of the night. Or somebody was lined up offside.
Usually once you're lined up offside, they call it right away as soon as you enter the neutral zones.
Now 1st and 5 Eagles at the Marquette 30-yard line. CM has not been stopped tonight. This is their 4th possession.
They moved. They're leaning back.
Now a quick pass down the left side is caught by Zach Clockey down at the 10-yard line before Danny Holtz brings him down. A 20-yard completion from Hill to Clockey.
That was a nice catch by Clockey, too. I mean, the ball was up in the air. He had to go up and get it, and he was able to hold on to it while he was getting hit by Danny Holtz.
First and goal at the 10, and now the Explorers use their final timeout here in the first half. It comes with 2:55 remaining in the first half. The score, the Eagles 21, the Explorers 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Ruderman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Ruderman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Ruderman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Ruderman.
With Joe Barrett back at Hauser Field in Bethalto, first and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 10-yard line. CM already leads at 21-7. Quick pass for the left pylon, incomplete. And the intended receiver there was Caleb Booz. Booz and the Marquette defender, Harvey Howell, both got all tangled up, but I don't think one initiated it more than the other.
No, I think they were both trying to hold their own ground.
And both going for the ball.
And Booz made a nice attempt to catch it. He got his hands on it.
Second and 10. Eagles, second and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 10-yard line with 2:50 remaining in the half. Hill back to throw, plenty of time, lets it go. He's got a man wide open. That was Booz in the end zone on the sideline. He got a foot down, that's all it takes, and it's another Eagle touchdown.
And he made a nice move to get away from Howell on his break. He had about 4 or 5 yards of separation when the pass was thrown, and he made a nice footwork to get his foot in bounds. The referee was right there and saw it.
I think he turned Howell around that time. Yeah. I think he faked inside and went out, and Howell got all tangled up. Now Daniels with the extra point attempt. It's a low line drive wide to the left side. And with 2:45 remaining in the half, the score now, the Eagles 27, the Explorers 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There is also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
In Bethalto, Civic Memorial has scored every time they have possessed the football. They lead it 27-7, and you'll remember they didn't touch the football for the first time until there was about a minute and a half left in the first quarter.
Right.
Now Daniels again a short kick, and again Brock Terry, this time from his 40, bounces off one tackler. No, it's not Brock Terry that time. It was another up man. That was Xavier Jones. And the Explorers again will start with good field position. But they're going to have to figure out how to quit setting themselves back with penalties because they've been penalized 7 times for 45 yards.
And they really have to, the first drive, Sam, they did a lot of different things. Well, CM's figured out those things, and they haven't been able to move forward after that with anything different that's caught CM off guard.
Now Marquette with a tight formation, a wing to the right. Aguirre operates from the shotgun, puts Jesse Simmons in motion to the left side. They snap it to the up back, and that is Brock Terry, and he pounds out a few yards out across the 45 out to the 47, a gain of 4 on that carry.
Well, a key to that play, Sam, is that Simmons goes in motion, and Aguirre and the running back Maher and Simmons carry out their fakes. The ball doesn't even get to the quarterback, goes right to the up back, the fullback Terry, and he just bowls his way through. So that holds the linebackers for half a second until they realize he's there, so that gives them an extra advantage for the Explorers.
2nd and 6 for the Explorers, and this time it's going to be Aguirre right up the middle as he took the snap and just took off right up the gut. Takes it out across the 49, just shy of midfield. And it's going to bring about 3rd and 3 after the 3-yard pickup by Aguirre.
Well, the Explorers are going to have to pick up this first down, or else they're going to be threatened with that CM offense with a minute and a half to go in the first half, getting another shot at the end zone.
And it does appear that Marquette really is just intent on trying to kill as much of the clock as they can. Again, the tight formation loaded to the right side. Aguirre from the shotgun takes the snap, drops to throw. Looking downfield, lets it go deep down the middle. He's got Danny Holtz, and he is caught from behind and tackled at the 20-yard line. And a gain of 30 on that completion from Aguirre to Holtz.
Brayton Williams saved a touchdown as he was able to reach out and trip up Holtz inside the 20. Holtz, I think, thought he was free and clear, but Williams made a really nice play to save a touchdown.
The 7th first down of the first half for the Explorers.
And it was a well thrown ball, too, by Aguirre. Hit Holtz right in stride.
They roll the clock with 55 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 Explorers just inside the Eagle 20-yard line. And Aguirre drops to throw, looking to the left corner. He's got a man out, the incomplete. Again, that might have been Holtz out there. And the ball came from a different direction. I think Holtz was looking over his inside shoulder. It came over his outside shoulder. He tried to spin around and get it, got a hand on it in the back corner of the end zone, but couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, that's you're exactly right, Sam. It looked like he was expecting the ball a little shorter, and it came deeper, and he was made a nice reaction to try to catch it.
The clock stopped with 42 seconds remaining in the half. 2nd and 10 Explorers just inside the 20 of the Eagles. CM leads it 27-7. Aguirre under heavy pressure, and he is sacked. He didn't even have a chance to look downfield, and there were 3 Eagles on top of him. They'll put the football down at the 29-yard line, a loss of 9 on that sack.
And the bad thing for the Explorers is they've used all their timeouts, so they've only got 20 seconds to go here. And they've got 2 plays.
On 3rd down, the throw deep down the left sideline and contested at the goal line. Going up for the Explorers. Again, I think it was Danny Holtz, and that time it was Williams on the defense. We've called Brayton Williams' name a few times. He's done a good job defensively for the Eagles.
He has. He's made some nice plays, and he broke that pass up. Holtz was on his way to catching it. And
would have been a touchdown had he caught it.
Right. Looks like Holtz got the worst end of that collision, too. He was slow getting up.
Well, he was slow getting up on that one where he got twisted around back there in the corner, and then this time he took a hit. And now we're going to have a field goal attempt for the Explorers from 46 yards out on the left hash mark. Aguirre will hold Liam Maher, a 46-yard attempt with 10 seconds remaining in the half. They line it up, and now the Eagles want a timeout. They say, well, let's just make sure we know what we're doing. We've got a timeout. We'll ice the kicker.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles put somebody back around the goal line in case it comes up short.
They should.
And then they could possibly get a return out of it. 10.5 seconds. You know, you could, if he doesn't make it, the ball comes to the 20, and they'll have possibly one play. But I think that at this distance, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have somebody around the 5-yard line or at the goal line to possibly catch the.
You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. You're listening to Riverbend High School football. Pekin and Alton comes up following this one. And don't forget, after the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. We've got some good candidates so far on both sides. And then we'll be on to that Alton High game. Redbirds hosting the Pekin Dragons. 10 seconds remaining. Now let's see if the Explorers keep the field goal kicker out there. I thought maybe they might change it up following the timeout. You know, you put the defense in there to defend the kick. Thought maybe the Explorers might try to change it up. But a 46-yard attempt. Aguirre will hold. Maher with the 46-yard attempt. High snap. The kick is a low line drive and nowhere near the upright or nowhere near the crossbar. Again, that's the second field goal attempt by the Explorers. The first one was nullified by a penalty on the Eagles, which set up the first Explorer touchdown. But on both attempts, the snaps have been high, and that has set the timing off.
Yeah. But Aguirre does do a good job of at least getting the ball down, but Mayhair loses his momentum as he's coming up as he's waiting for the ball to be set.
So now the Eagles, with just 6 seconds remaining in the half, have the football at their own 20. And the way things have gone here tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see them take a deep strike. And the Explorers have their safeties about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage, trying to keep everything in front of them. But this could be a dangerous situation for Marquette as the Eagles have nothing to lose. And a quick pass over the middle, and they're going to use their final timeout as they picked up 9 on that completion. Making the reception for Civic Memorial was Brendan Rickey.
I guess they don't have an 80-yard play, but they have a 71-yard play that they can work in here.
Brendan Rickey's first reception. So far on the evening, Adam Hill has completed 8 of 10 passes for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good night's work, and it's not quite halftime.
No, and they didn't get the ball till the very end of the first quarter. So, that's pretty quick work for the Eagles.
Following the game, we'll name the QualityGMCars.com drive of the game, and we've got some impressive nominees for that already, including the Explorers' first possession of the night. They took the opening kickoff, drove 86 yards for a touchdown, but CM's had a couple of impressive drives as well, so be sure and stay tuned to find out what we honor as the QualityGMCars.com drive of the game. And now the final play of the half, barring a defensive penalty, and here is a running play, and it goes for good yardage as Zach Clockey takes it all the way out to the 48-yard line. So it was a gain of 19 on the carry, but it ends the half. And let's see, for Clockey, 86 yards rushing on 8 carries there in the half. So it's halftime, and what a half it's been. The Explorers with the early lead, but the Eagles answered with 27 unanswered points. And at the half, it's Civic Memorial 27, Marquette 7. Back with the halftime report in just a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. That's what you'll find at Alton Sports Tap. With our daily specials and the best wings around, no game day is complete without us. Between our main bar, enclosed and outdoor patios, you won't know where to begin your evening. Alton Sports Tap has a spacious banquet center offering plenty of space to host any event and the food to make it great. Whether you stop by to catch a game, grab dinner, or enjoy our new live gaming, Sports Tap has got you covered.
With Joe Barrett, Sam Stam at Hauser Field in Bethalto. Don't forget, Game 2 of our high school doubleheader tonight from Public School Stadium in Alton. The Alton Redbirds hosting the Pekin Dragons. We've got more high school football tomorrow along with college football. Tomorrow, Brent Berkland in at 10 o'clock with sports talk, scores, highlights, coaches, interviews, and more. And then 11 o'clock is kickoff time for Illinois and Youngstown State. Following that, about 3 o'clock, we've got Roxana and Carlinville for you. And then about 5:15, it's East Alton Wood River taking on the Columbia Eagles. So a big weekend of high school and college football for you here on the Big Z. Again, following the game, we will name our QualityGMCars.com drive of the game. Stay tuned for that. Both teams in the running for that honor, as both have had impressive drives, but who knows? We might see something even more impressive here in the second half. Liam Mayhair will kick it away for the Explorers. Marquette was about 3 yards offside. And here is Whitworth on the return from his own 11 out across the 20. Hit shy of the 30 and powers his way out across the 30, maybe the 31-yard line for John Whitworth, who has been impressive returning kicks for the Eagles.
Yes, he has. I don't know how the linesman didn't call that offside, Sam. The Explorer was about 3 steps past the line before Mayhair even touched the ball. But no call, and the decent field position for the Eagles. And that explosive offense.
And the second half underway then with a pair of receivers to each side of the field for the Eagles. Adam Hill, the junior quarterback, claps his hands a couple times, takes the snap, and hands it to Clocky right up the middle, and a nice tackle there by the Explorers, number 52, Riley Bamper. And if he hadn't made the tackle, who knows how much Clocky would have picked up. He picked up 3 as it was.
That was a big hole, but a nice close by Bamper to stop that from being a big gainer.
2nd and 7 Eagles from their own 35. Hill back to throw deep down the right sideline and incomplete. And they might have been able to throw a flag on that one as the Eagle receiver pushed the Explorer defender in the back. But I don't think either man, that was on the coverage for Marquette, was Jeremy Strabel. I don't think either Strabel or the intended receiver, Brett Lane, had a chance to catch it.
No, it was well over Strabel's head, but Strabel did the right thing. He kind of got in Lane's way a little bit and prevented him from getting to the ball at all.
3rd and 7 Eagles. The Explorers with a chance for their first stop on defense. And the pass is incomplete as there was good pressure on the quarterback as the Explorers put a rush on, and in on top of Hill was number 51 for Marquette, and I don't have him on the program.
Xavier Jones.
There he is, Xavier Jones, yeah. I have to be on the right side of the program, don't I?
That always helps.
Yeah. Well, it's early season. I'm not in mid-season form yet.
Well, the Explorers did do what they wanted to do. They held the Eagles to not getting a first down, and they get the ball right back. So mission accomplished for them.
3 and out, and for the first time tonight, the Eagles will punt. Jacob Brockman stands back at his own 20-yard line in punt formation. Danny Holtz will return. High snap, and Brockman does a great job to bring it down, and he gets the kick away, and it's a dandy kick. And it nearly hit Harvey Holland. Now it takes an Eagle roll all the way down to the Marquette 28-yard line. And I'll tell you what was near disaster for CM works out very, very well for them.
And really, he made a nice play, and he got a good kick away. But what it also allowed, Sam, was for the Eagles linemen to get downfield. And Danny Holtz didn't even attempt to catch the ball because it was a short kick with a good roll, and too many Eagles were around him, so he just let it roll dead.
So the Explorer offense on the field for the first time here in the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line for Marquette, trailing by 20. And Marquette's got to believe, hey, if we can put a drive together, put some points on the board, we're right back in this.
Well, they've got to think that way, but they've got to control the ball and make positive plays on every play.
And avoid the penalties, which were a prime reason many of their drives were stopped in the first half. They run the option out to the left side. Aguirre turns it upfield, breaks the tackle, still on his feet all the way out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 11 for Trey Aguirre, and he is injured on the play.
He's got a cramp, I think. I'm not sure.
Very well could be, yeah. It is a cramp, but
he'll have to come out for a play too. But it was a nice play. I mean, it was just the Explorers ran a quick run to the left out of the shotgun formation. Aguirre made a nice cut. He had a couple blockers out in front of him. He hit the open field. But the Eagles defender on the play was Nathan Piercy. He was a big kid, 265 pounds. He brought all of that down on top of Aguirre when he tackled him. And
little surprising on the first play on the field for Aguirre that he come up with a cramp after halftime. You'd think he'd be well hydrated.
Right.
But it is a warm night, and as much as they try to simulate game conditions in practice, it's not the same.
No, it's not. And you've got full equipment on, and the kids aren't in full equipment very often before the games start. The IHSA is trying to get them because of the heat. They can't wear all the shoulder pads and the helmets every day if it's too hot out, and so you do sweat a lot more when you're in game conditions.
And Aguirre is not a two-way player.
No, he's not.
Plays only offense. So Brady McAfee is the backup quarterback for the Explorers, and he'll be in here at least for this next play as they continue to work on Trey Aguirre down at the 40-yard line. But it does appear that the issue is cramps. We'll take a break. 10:58 remaining in the third quarter. It's Civic Memorial 27, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We'll see here, the 3rd and 5, what the Explorers have been doing is on these 3rd down and shorts as they've run their receivers short crossing patterns or short outs to try and pick up the first down. We'll see what they do on this play.
Marquette has not really tested the edge here tonight with the running game. And I don't know if that's an indication that Marquette just doesn't think they have the speed to get outside. All of their running has been pretty much between the tackles. 3rd and 5 Explorers. Brady McAfee in there at quarterback, but the direct snap to Liam Maher, and they try to sweep the left side, and that goes nowhere as the Eagles strung it out well, and maybe that's why they haven't run wide, because the Eagles did a good job of defending it. No gain on the play.
And really, there was a lane there for Maher initially. He had the blockers in front, but he didn't have the speed. The last few years, you get spoiled when you got Michael Ford and Kareem Hamilton cutting through those slight holes and blowing past everybody. And when you don't have that, it makes a big difference.
So now 4th and 5 Explorers, and they keep the offense on the field from their own 44-yard line. And now they look over to the sideline. I think they're just going to take a delay of game and bring the punt team out. Oh, they called a timeout. Why would you do that to save 5 yards? Unless, I guess, they're going to try and run the play after the timeout. If they send the punting team out, that was a waste of a timeout.
Aguirre was out there.
Yes, he was.
Back on the field, but they looked confused, and they should have run the play immediately because the Eagles were set up in punt return formation. If they were going to run the play and they were ready for it, they should have gone ahead and done it while the Eagles were away from the line of scrimmage with the majority of their backs.
The Alton Redbirds and the Pekin Dragons from Public School Stadium up next. Following this one from Bethalto, here Civic Memorial leads at 27-7. Early third quarter action, and Marquette will leave the offense out there facing 4th and 5 from their own 44-yard line. This is a bit surprising to me, but I guess Marquette figures if they're going to win, they can't afford to give the Eagles the football.
That's right.
And now they're a man short. After the timeout, they're a lineman short, but they've got time to get him out there.
Maybe.
The play clock down to 8. And a high snap, and they were going to punt from this formation, and now Maher got it away, and then he was hit as he was kicking, and it's a minus, about 7 on the kick, but it could have been worse than that. It was a direct snap to Maher, who was lined up as a running back, and wow.
That didn't work out very well.
Scratching your head a bit, doesn't it?
Didn't work out very well.
You wasted a timeout, and then you're trying to trick them on a punt.
Right, and the bad snap cost them to about 7 yards, or 8, almost 10 yards on the play, and that was with him kicking the ball.
1st and 10 Eagles at the Explorer 36-yard line. Well, it's one thing to be creative, but sometimes you can out-trick yourself. Adam Hill, 3-step drop from the shotgun formation, tries to swing it out to the right side, and the receiver broke a couple of tackles before he's finally brought down. Brett Lane made the reception. Now we've got another Explorer down with cramps, and Brett Lane took the football down to the 35-yard line for a gain of 1 on that completion from Adam Hill.
Jeremy Strable read the play, read the pass. There was initial pressure on the quarterback. Hill made him delay getting the ball out to Lane, and Jeremy Strable had a good play to come up and make the tackle, and then Lane was able to slip through him and get back to the line of scrimmage and actually Get half a yard on the play.
And a timeout on the field as we have another Explorer down with a cramp. 8:07 remaining third quarter. Civic Memorial 27, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Who's out there on defense. Now 2nd and 9, Eagles at the Marquette 36-yard line, almost 10. They gained almost nothing on that last play. And now Zach Clockey working the right side of the line, and he has good yardage down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. And a gain of 19 on that carry for Zach Clockey, who has been very, very impressive here tonight.
The Eagles had 3 receivers to the left side, and they ran Clockey off the short side on the right side, and he broke a couple tackles initially at the line of scrimmage, but just a very impressive run as he got inside the 20 to the 17.
The 11th first down of the night for the Eagles. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 17-yard line. Hill back to throw. Pump fakes. Now he lets it go. He had a man open in the flat on the right side and just underthrew him. He wanted to go deep and then thought better of it, pulled it down, and then saw number 13 Brett Lane open at about the 7-yard line, but underthrew him.
Well, he was in and out position to throw it when he did let it go. He's being chased and kind of running. It didn't have his normal footing.
On 2nd down, Hill back to throw, now running to his right, and is hit at the 12 and down at the 11-yard line. A gain of about 6 on that carry. That scramble by Adam Hill.
Well, he called his receiver to make a block for him, but he was unable to, and Jeremy Strable was able to get in there and make the tackle.
3rd and 4 Eagles at the Marquette 11-yard line. The Eagles do not huddle. Here is the give to Clockey right up the middle. First down yardage down to the 5-yard line after a 6-yard carry by Zach Clockey. He has carried 11 times for 114 yards. That's the 12th first down of the night for the Eagles.
They come in with their jumbo package again here, Sam. They're going to run Clockey as a single back.
1st and goal at the 5. They load it up to the right side, and that's the way Clockey goes, and he's hit in the backfield and brought down for no gain. The ball came loose, but the officials said he was down before he lost the football. And Jeremy Strable, another tackle for Marquette.
Well, I'll tell you, it looked like the Explorers made an adjustment on that play as they had overloaded their left side of the defense to make up for that additional CM linemen and running backs over on the right side. Another player down for the Explorers is another cramp.
I don't know if this one's a cramp or not, but as the trainer from the CM sideline hustled out there to check on the injured Explorer, and while they check him out, both teams take a water break, and when they snap the ball again, it'll be 2nd and goal CM at the Marquette 5-yard line. And while they attend to the injured Explorer, we'll take a timeout. He comes with 6:25 remaining in the third quarter. The score, the Eagles 27, the Explorers 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
In there, it'll be Zach Clockey taking the direct snap as the quarterback Adam Hill is over here on the near sideline. And again, they load it up to the right side, and here's the give on a counter, and the running back hit and brought down for no gain on the play. I think that's Devin Daniels. It is. The kicker, also in there, and they ran a counter to the left side, and Daniels lost a yard.
Well, the right end on that play was Sam Stem, and he stayed home, as all the plays have gone to the right side, but he stayed home on that one and was able to stop Daniels for no gain.
3rd and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 6-yard line, and now it's going to be Clocky to the right side. He's hit and brought down shy of the goal line, brought down at the 1 after a 5-yard pickup, and it's going to be 4th and goal, Eagles, and it was Jeremy Strabel who made the touchdown-saving tackle, but the Eagles will go quickly here. They did huddle. Again, the jumbo package strong to the right side. Here's Clocky, and he's in for the touchdown. As that time, all those blockers on that strong side for the Eagles just pushed the Explorer defensive line back, and actually Clocky went down after he crossed the goal line. He didn't even have to reach where the linemen all were.
No, and really what the Explorers needed on that play was somebody wide to get into the backfield, because the offensive push of the Eagles line and the running backs behind them was just too much for the Explorers linemen.
Clocky's 2nd touchdown of the night. And now they're going to go for 2 as they've got Adam Hill back in there at quarterback. Low snap. He rolls to his right, being pursued, lets it go. He's got his man for the 2-point conversion. Making the reception was Caleb Booz. And so the 2-point conversion tacked on. 5:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score now, Civic Memorial 35, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
In Bethalto, where the Civic Memorial Eagles, midway through the 3rd quarter, lead Marquette 35-7. The Eagles have scored on 5 of 7 possessions in this game. And now they kick it deep, and Harvey Howell picks it up from Marquette at his own 13. Out across the 20, weaving his way through traffic to the 25, looking for the right sideline. Out across the 30 to the 33 or 34-yard line. A nice return by Harvey Howell, a return of about 20 yards, but he ran about 50 to do it.
Yeah, he did. And but he made the right choice, Sam. He didn't really have a lane to run in. As he was trying to run up the left sideline, he cut it back, went across the field, and was able to get positive yardage out to the 33.
I know Justin Winslow was excited about this Eagles squad. He said we're young, but a lot of these young guys got experience last year. We didn't have many seniors last year, but they were very talented seniors, but he felt like they had a lot of talented young guys to fill in, and that seems to be the case here this evening.
They look very seasoned right now in the first game of the year.
On 1st and goal for the Explorers, and right up the middle goes the quarterback. I'm not sure who it is. Let's see, is Trey Aguirre back in there? Or?
No,
that was Brady
McAfee.
Brady McAfee. Now he's going to go out as Aguirre, I think, is back in. So McAfee picked up 2 on that carry.
No, he's just over on the sideline getting the play.
Oh, okay. So twice Aguirre has gone down with cramps. And now it appears that perhaps he's not going to be able to continue, or they just don't want to take a chance. He's over on the far sideline with his helmet off and walking a bit gingerly. 2nd and 8 for the Explorers. McAfee, the sophomore, in there, but the direct snap to the fullback, Brock Terry. And where that fooled the Eagles early on, it doesn't fool them anymore. Terry gained a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 7.
Now the Eagles have really stiffened up at the line of scrimmage the last quarter and a half. Since the first drive that the Explorers had, they've really played that middle a lot better.
On the stop.
And kept Marquette in 3rd and long. Marquette has not had very many 3rd and shorts since the first drive.
And McAfee has yet to attempt to pass in the few plays that he's been in there. Actually, he hasn't handled the ball much, as many of the snaps have been direct to the running backs. McAfee in shotgun with trips to the left side, the wide side of the field. It's Danny Holtz wide to the right, and here's the handoff. Right up the middle it goes, and it goes nowhere. Making the hit for the Explorers on the running back Brock Terry was the hit for the Eagles was Travis Pfeiffer, 5'11", 225. He's a senior, one of their seniors in there. And Pfeiffer threw Brock Terry for a 1-yard loss.
Well, I have a feeling that they didn't expect the Explorers to pass at all that series without Aguirre at quarterback. And they showed no inclination to throw the ball either.
And now Liam Maher stands at his own 21 in punt formation, and the snap goes over his head. He goes back, tries to cover it at the 4, and the Eagles recover it. That's the game's first turnover. Didn't really matter because if Maher had covered it, they take it over on downs. And now the Eagles start 1st and goal inside the Explorer 5-yard line. So the wheels coming off here for Marquette.
Yeah, and that's too bad. They played hard, and they just look a little sloppy right now.
But I'll tell you what, the fact that we have witnessed nearly 3 quarters of the first game of the season, and that's the first turnover we've seen, that speaks well for both teams in terms of ball security.
Yes, it does.
1st and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 5-yard line. And the quarterback, Adam Hill, takes the snap from the shotgun, rolling to his left. He can just run it in unmolested. Oh, and then he's hit in the end zone. But that's a tough penalty. The Explorers get a penalty, but the hit was before the whistle ever sounded.
Right, but it was about 2 yards inside the goal line. So.
Yeah, but the guy's still running.
Right.
You haven't heard the whistle. You hit him, and then you get a penalty. But it's a touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown run by Adam Hill. And then the personal foul penalty against Marquette will be enforced on the kickoff. That's their 8th penalty of the night for a total of 60 yards. The 5-yard run by Adam Hill for a touchdown. So now the Eagles have 3 rushing touchdowns, 4 passing touchdowns. And the extra point attempt by Devin Daniels up high, long, and good. 2:42 remaining in the third quarter. The score now, the Eagles 42, the Explorers 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Ruderman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Ruderman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Ruderman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Ruderman.
They have punted once, and the other possession ended when time ran out at the end of the first half. So it's been a pretty flawless offensive game for the Eagles. And their defense has been pretty good too, and now they'll kick off from the Marquette 45-yard line after that personal foul against the Explorers, and Daniels will try to kick it deep, and he kicks it to the 1-yard line, and Harvey Howell will return out to the 10, to the 15, and out to the 18 or 19-yard line, and that's where the Marquette offense will start 1st and 10. And the Explorers, after that long, that 86-yard touchdown drive on their first possession, haven't racked up too many more yards since then.
No, they haven't. The yards that they did get in the first half were nullified by penalties. And like I said earlier, Sam, they haven't had very many 3rd and shorts since that first drive. The Eagles have stopped them on 1st and 2nd down to short gains.
And it doesn't get any easier for Marquette next week, as they'll go home for their home opener, but they'll host Quincy Notre Dame, which is ranked in Class 4A in the state. One of the top 5 teams in the state in 4A. Here's Brady McAfee. He's going to run with it out to the right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage and gains a yard or 2. 2nd down and 8. McAfee, a sophomore, in there spelling Trey Aguirre, who went out with cramps here early in the third quarter. A 1-yard gain for McAfee.
Well, he had a little bit of running room. There was one player to beat, and he was unable to beat him. tried to fake him inside and outside and cut up the field, but the Eagles were able to stop him after a short gain.
Down to 2 minutes and counting remaining in the third quarter. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton, just shy of 9 o'clock. Don't forget, following the conclusion of this game, we've got more high school football. The Alton Redbirds hosting the Pekin Dragons. Here's a handoff, and now we've got whistles and flags, and that was going to be a running play out to the left side. A new running back into the game there was Davian Peebles, a freshman, 5'4", 140. But he looked pretty quick.
Yes, he did.
Of course, the defense all stopped because the whistle blew, and he just kept running. I'd look quick, too, if I was the only one running. Well, maybe not.
That time, the Explorers' wide receivers were not set before the snap. I think McAfee's got to slow it down just a little bit, let him get out there and get set before he calls for the snap count.
2nd and 14 Explorers from their own 15-yard line. Howell wide left. 2 receivers in the slot. Danny Holtz wide right. Brady McAfee takes the snap and hands it. And here's Peebles trying to turn to the left corner. He does. Now he cuts it back. Hit from behind, but still manages to stay on his feet out to about the 20-yard line. The freshman, Davian Peebles, with a 5-yard gain.
Well, there's one guy that looks like he can run to the outside, Sam, without too much trouble, and he's got some shifty maneuvers once he got out there. Picked up a couple of blocks by the Explorers and made a nice gain out of it.
3rd and 9, Marquette from their own 20-yard line. Down to 45 seconds and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Civic Memorial leading at 42-7. Trips to the left side, that's the short side. Another receiver wide right. Peebles in the backfield with Brady McAfee. Here's the give to Peebles, and he tried to turn that right corner, and there wasn't any corner to turn because the Eagles had sealed it off, and a good defensive play right there by Donnie Vej-Seeley.
Peebles on a carry again, stopped by Donnie.
He had nowhere to run that time, Sam.
Donnie Fasali, they say, is the way you pronounce that. My apologies.
Fasali came in and sealed off the end and was able to bring the Explorer down with a 5-yard loss.
So the 5 that Peebles gained on the previous play, he lost right there.
Yep.
And before the Explorers face 4th and 15, we will change ends of the field because that's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters, it's Civic Memorial 42, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
It's the final play of the game. Down by 4, Andes will need to score to win it. The quarterback lines up, ball is snapped. It's a handoff. He breaks outside of the tackle. He's got daylight. He could go all the way. Touchdown! Andes wins.
You too can score a touchdown at Andy's Auto Sales.
Check out the all-star lineup at Andy's Auto Sales today.
About 10 yards over his head. Mayhair gets another high snap, but not nearly as high this time. It barely gets the kick away, and Whitworth will return from the Marquette 45 to the 40, looking for the right sideline. 35, 30, and he's hit and brought down at the 29-yard line. But there are flags all over the field. Did they rough Mayhair?
Yes, they did. That may be a 15-yarder, but there's also another flag on the field, too.
So let's see. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. That is a 15-yarder. Holding against Marquette, offsetting penalties, and will run 4th down over again.
Well, that's exciting.
That's exciting.
Mayhair actually had to jump to catch that snap, and that kind of threw his timing off, and then the defensive end from the Eagles had a chance to block it, and he missed the ball, happened to land at the feet of Mayhair, and that's what the call for roughing the kicker was. So, you know, the Explorers really got to tighten up their special teams on this, Sam, because, you know, something like this is going to hurt them down the road if they can't punt the ball away.
So we'll do it all over again. Mayhair standing inside the 5, another high snap, brings it down, and a short high kick, and Whitworth will let it hit. It takes a Marquette bounce across midfield down to the 49 of the Eagles, and that's where the CM offense will start, leading 42-7 early fourth quarter. That first quarter was played so snappily. I thought, wow, this is going to be a 2-hour football game. And then the penalties started, and then the scoring started. And here we are, more than 2 minutes into the ball game, and we still have a whole quarter to go.
Well, the funny thing is, Sam, when you start off the game with one long drive that takes over 10 minutes, mostly running plays and completed passes, and then the Eagles turn around and score 3 times within about 5 minutes on real quick drives. You know, it slows the game down quite a bit.
Adam Hill gives it to Whitworth. Whitworth right up the middle, breaking tackles and trying to cut it back to the left side. Brought down at the Explorer 44-yard line after a gain of 6.
Looks like the Eagles are gonna try and give Clocky a rest here. The rest of the game, Wentworth's in taking his place.
Well, there's nothing wrong with Whitworth either.
No, he's a good runner.
Fast and quick.
Yes, he is.
He's a junior. 2nd and 4 Eagles at the Marquette 44. Adam Hill claps his hands a couple times, takes the snap, gives it to Whitworth. Big hole up the middle, cuts it back. He's looking for the left sideline. 35-30. Can't be brought down by an Explorer defender, and finally banged out of bounds all the way down at the Marquette 18-yard line after a gain of 27.
Explorers had a real good shot at tackling him after about a gain of about 7 or 8 yards, and he just made a couple of moves, and the Explorers were not able to come back and tackle him.
Whitworth again, and now looking for some running room out to the right side, but Brady McAfee, the inside linebacker, wraps him up and throws him down for no gain.
And Clocky's coming back in now after Wentworth does all the hard work getting him down into scoring position. Clocky's going to come in and take his place in the backfield.
Trips to the left side. Another receiver, their best receiver, Booz, out to the right side. I say best, just their most productive here tonight. Booz 4 receptions for 2 touchdowns on 120 yards. And Adam Hill takes a snap, 3-step drop, quick pass out to the left side. They set up an inside wide receiver screen, making the reception. Brett Lane fights for yardage all the way down inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. And now they scramble like maybe there was a fumble, but I guess not. Maybe so. They're unstacking.
Well, it doesn't look like they're indicating that the ball was down on the,
But if it was fumbled, the Eagles came up with it after a gain of 13 and another first down.
And good blocking downfield from the other wide receivers on that wide receiver screen.
The 3rd reception of the night for Brett Lane. Adam Hill has completed 10 of 14 for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Or is it 4? I've lost count. Hill lobs it into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. An Explorer defender went up and got a hand on it. And I think he thought just by tipping it, it was going to be incomplete, but it went right into the hands of Brendan Rickey, who has a touchdown.
And Rickey, like you said, Sam, it was tipped. He was able to concentrate, and it was near the sidelines in the end zone. He had to watch his feet where he landed after he caught the tipped pass. It was a very good play.
And another touchdown pass for Adam Hill, his 4th touchdown pass of the night. And after this, we're going to have a running clock. A nice job by the holder to get a low snap spotted so that Devin Daniels can kick it through. And with 9:37 remaining here in the fourth quarter, the score now, the Eagles 49, the Explorers 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
20 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now the squib kick finally picked up by the Explorers. as Davion Peebles finally picked it up at the 21-yard line, then was immediately crushed. That ball rolled around for a long time before somebody got on it.
Well, looked like the Explorers were confused as to who was actually going to pick it up while it was standing there, and two of them looked at each other, and finally Peebles picked it up. The freshman picked it up, and he thought, well, I'm going to run with it if I can get it. And there were two guys there from the Eagles, and they brought him down immediately.
Well, he's making a case, isn't he? I might only be a freshman, but I know that on a kickoff, you need to get the football.
That's right. And he doesn't seem too shy about running it when he does get it.
The Explorers have been without their starting quarterback, Trey Aguirre, since early in the third quarter when he went out with a series of cramps. And sophomore Brady McAfee in there takes the snap and runs with it himself, finds a little running room out to the left side, makes a nice move out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And a nice gain by Brady McAfee, but it appears they are reluctant to let him throw the football. A 6-yard run by McAfee.
Right, and he made some nice moves. He made an Eagle miss him in the backfield and was able to get up to the line of scrimmage, made another shifty move, picked up about 6 yards. It was a good run.
2nd down and 4, Marquette from their own 27-yard line. The clock will continue to roll now, except for after scoring plays and timeouts, as the Eagles have a 42-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Now the Explorers have movement on the line and have just committed their 10th penalty of the night. That's something that won't please Coach Booker.
No, and I don't know if it was a snap violation or the right guard moved.
Well, it was Brandon Booz, and he's a freshman. So they've got some freshmen in there. You know, it's a rebuilding year when your veterans are sophomores.
That's true. And they didn't play a whole lot last year.
Yeah. Not all of them. I mean, you know, there's juniors and seniors, but there are an awful lot of sophomores in the starting lineup. Brady McAfee on 2nd and 9, takes a snap, lets it go out to the left side and completes it. Making the reception was Jesse Simmons.
And that's a
and
first
good
down.
for a first down, a pickup of 11 on the play from McAfee to Simmons.
That was a nice pass by McAfee as he hit Simmons right near the out-of-bounds marker and the first down marker, and Simmons made a nice catch. And first down for the Explorers, second first down for the Explorers this half.
Jesse Simmons' first reception of the night. He's a junior wideout. He saw quite a bit of action last year as a sophomore. Trips to the right side. Another receiver wide left. And the sophomore southpaw. Quick pass out to the right side, and that's incomplete. They were trying to set up a quick screen out there, and Simmons was kind of just standing there waiting for the ball to come, and McAfee led him. I think McAfee threw it where it needed to be thrown. I think Simmons
was a little slow getting started going his route. He backed up like he was going to catch it, and McAfee was expecting him to be in motion when he threw it, so he led him, and Simmons couldn't catch up to it.
Now 3rd down. No, 2nd down. 2nd down and 10 for Marquette from their own 33-yard line. Here's a handoff. Brock Terry swarmed in the backfield. He loses a couple. And now it's going to be 3rd down. 3rd and long, 3rd and about 12.
Yeah, the good penetration that time by the left side of the Eagles defensive line as they got back into the backfield before Terry could turn upfield and get any momentum going. Good push by the Eagles defensive line.
And now the Explorers, who, as Joe mentioned a moment ago, have only 2 first downs here in the second half. They racked up, I think they racked up 7 first downs on their first drive.
Yes, they did. They were moving the ball well the first time, but the Eagles have stiffened.
Now back to throw McAfee. Heavy pressure. 4 Eagles after him. He lets it go downfield. Oh, and he had a couple of receivers there, and neither one of them went for the football. Jesse Simmons was there, and so was John Blatchford, a freshman.
I think if Blatchford had broke a little quicker, the pass could have been in his zone. He could have caught it, and he was open. I mean, he just didn't react very quickly to the ball.
McAfee showed a strong arm there. He was running for his life. 4 Eagles were hot after him and on the run, he threw it, 10, 20, 30, 40 yards.
And he had it up. I mean, it was a catchable pass. It's just the Explorers downfield didn't react to the pass.
Well, there were 2 Explorer receivers there and 1 Eagle defender. And the 2 Explorers both just kind of stopped, and the guy that had the better chance of catching it was the Eagle defender, who had kind of fallen down. And as you said, the freshman Blatchford had broken for the football, he would have been gone. And now the Explorers, facing 4th and 11, take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Again, a reminder that following the game, we'll name the QualityGMCars.com drive of the game. And you'll want to stay tuned for that. We'll do a pretty quick wrap here. In fact, we can do a little bit of that right now because we do want to get on to more high school football after a news break between games. As we've got Alton and Pekin, and the Redbirds looking for big things this season. But as we've talked about some this evening, the Explorers came out and put together a very impressive drive on their first possession of the ball game. They took the opening kickoff and started from their own 14-yard line. They fashioned an 86-yard touchdown drive that ate 10 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock and scored on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Trey Aguirre to Danny Holtz. Liam Maher added the extra point, and with just 1:37 remaining in the first quarter, Marquette had that 7-0 lead. But since then, it's been 7 straight Eagle touchdowns, and the Eagles lead at 49-7 here with 3:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. Punt formation for the Explorers. Liam Maher gets it away, and Whitworth calls for a fair catch from his own 30. And I think maybe the Eagles have called the dogs off. They didn't go for the block.
Fair catch.
And I believe John Whitworth probably could have had a healthy return on that and just called for the fair catch. And the Eagles may be content here to run the final 3 minutes off the clock and take a big victory to the locker room.
Yeah, it looks like they've got their take their starters. Most of them have come out of the game now, and the Eagles are going to, with the clock running under 3 minutes, are going to start at their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles back home again next Friday night, and they will host Mattoon here at Hauser Field. And we'll be looking to start the season 2-0. Justin Winslow in his 4th season as the Eagles head coach. And they've got a pretty high-powered offense here. We'll try to figure out who's who here. We've got Corey Price at quarterback, and he keeps it himself, and right up the middle he goes, breaks a couple of tackles, and gains about 7 on the carry.
There's a nice fake as Wentworth still in the backfield. Fake the handoff to him, and Price was able to run it up the middle. A nice gain. Finally brought down after about 7 yards.
Corey Price, a sophomore. And even with the big lead, they're not going to huddle. That's just not their offense. They probably don't know what to do in a huddle. And here's the give to Whitworth. John Whitworth, first down yardage and then some, out across the 40. Dragging tacklers across the 45 and finally run out of bounds out at the 47-yard line after a gain of 10.
Good hard run by Whitworth as he, once he initiated the contact at about the 42 or 43-yard line, he was able to pick up another 4 or 5 yards.
1st and 10 Eagles, the clock down to 1:29 remaining. Again, it has not stopped for much of this fourth quarter after the Eagles extended the lead to 42 points. Price quick out to the left side. They tried to set up a wide receiver screen out there. The intended receiver for Corey Price was Tim Clockey, but he airmailed it. now what? Somebody called a timeout? I didn't see what happened.
No, there's still, clock's still running.
The balls being thrown out tonight are produced by Plains Pipeline LP. Plains wants to remind you to
the Eagles just came over here to the near sideline, I guess, to get a play.
One free appropriate utility companies of your intent to dig.
And what they've done here is put the starting offense back in the game. Adam Hill, so to run the final play, and now the Eagles will get a delay of game penalty unless they got a timeout. No, it's a delay of game.
Thank you.
Well, and the clock keeps running, so I don't understand what. I guess he wanted his starters back out on the field so they could shake hands with the Explorers after the game. You know, that's a big feeling, though. You know, they've had some down years. They need to start a winning tradition.
And now they won't even have to take a snap.
They won't have to take a snap, and they'll just, you know, that's a nice thing by the coach, put them out there. These kids, he's looking for them this year to be the leaders, and they've got that offense is what's going to carry them this year, I think, Sam. It has to.
The final score from Hauser Field in Bethalto, the Civic Memorial Eagles 49, the Marquette Explorers 7. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio.